Okay, folks, this is a real piece that is going to inspire, I do think, some diatribe. This will be a real diatribe piece. It really pisses me off. But what can I do, folks? I can't change this person's attitude, even on this special day that most people like to celebrate, but I can't. So this day is very special, and to a lot of people it's a very family friendly kind of day, and I don't feel like I belong. That's stupid. Damn, stupid user interface. Fuck, I didn't want that. But yeah, this one's not something I feel I can celebrate. I feel like it's just a reminder of the nastiness that goes on. I don't know whether I want to keep the black or take it out. I do think we need the black. We just want it out the magenta because it's a dirty colour. We want this colour to be less dirty. But let's see what this is. It is: I may be all grown up, but I'll always be Daddy's little girl. Well, yes, I wanted to be Daddy's little girl many, many decades ago, but he never showed any kind of reciprocation, which really hurts. So my dad has always wanted me to be normal. He's always wanted me not to be a tomboy. He's always expected me to be average and run-of-the-mill and successful. He always expected me to be good at school, even though I had undiagnosed disability. I had a cord around my neck and I came out feet first. And that would have stuffed up my short-term memory and my hippocampus, which meant that school was an excruciating experience. I got teased and bullied at school, and these have come out in Aussie, Australian colours almost. So basically, yeah, there was a lot of fighting over school, and I got teased and bullied, and when I discovered I was good at photocopier art, and I wanted to tell my dad how happy I was that I found something I was actually, good at, because I never saw myself as someone who was really clever until I started to develop as a young photocopier artist. And my dad called it foolishness in so many words. When I first announced that I was doing what I called copier art, I called it copier art to my dad, and he said, "Oh, that's foolishness," in so many words. So right from the day one, back in the year 1986, my dad said it was foolishness, and really that hurt my feelings. But then later on, this was in 1986. But then when it was 1987, my dad and my brother, I don't know, but I came home late one night. I think the day was, from memory, I was good with dates. The day was Wednesday, the 16th of September, and I came home late, and I knew I was going to get in trouble, but I didn't. But it was really bad what happened. I got home late, and my dad drove up, and he got to a side street, and I went there, and there was the car and the Nissan Prairie, and basically he was really angry at me, and I think my brother was there as well, and they were waiting for me, and I knew I was in trouble for being late, but I knew that I was going to also get in trouble I was late playing with the photocopier at the what was then the Chatswood Library, and I knew that my dad was going to get angry, And yeah, we got home and Dad was pissed off and all this. I never did anything stupid like drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, sex or premarital sex. I never did any of that shit, and I was still treated like I was really, really bad, like I was really doing the wrong thing. And I just didn't, and then what came was a huge row. My brother, for some reason, wanted to inspect my bag for my photocopying materials, and I tried to hide my bag under the bed. He went into my bedroom, stupid cunt, my brother, and he went through my bag when I was on the toilet or in the shower, and I could hear my family. My mum was worried because she thought when I was photocopying my hands that I was x-raying myself, so she was worried as well. She wasn't against my art, I just want to clarify that, but she was worried that I was hurting myself doing my artwork. So there was a huge row and the whole family was against me, but I want to acknowledge that my mum was worried about me, but my dad and my brother were really grinding me up, and it was a huge fight, and I argued, I yelled, I played loud music. But my brother went through my bag. That's a violation, Stephen Graham Huddy. That was a violation. I could have had tampons and pads in that bag, and I would have been so embarrassed with the feminine items. And you, Dad, you probably put my brother up to it. I wouldn't be surprised if you paid my brother some money to do that. I don't know what got into his head. Dad, well, I think you must have paid him some pocket money, but I can't prove that, folks. That's just a theory as to why my brother was in on it too. But my mum and Mum is not against it. She just was worried about me. She was worried, but Dad and my brother, they just hated it, and they hated me being an artist, a photocopier artist. So they thought it was foolishness, or Dad at least, that's the word Dad would use for it, or had used for it back in 1986. But basically, yeah, so again, I can't celebrate Father's Day, but I have to forgive them. The only time I can forgive them is if they say sorry. And Dad and Stephen, I demand that one day, when my stuff goes to air on the 6 o'clock news, I want you to apologise to me for the bullying and the hassling of me and because of my art. You know, if you don't apologise on the 6 o'clock news, I'm going to keep disowning you. I'm going to keep shunning you and putting you both aside. And I'll never talk to you again if you fucking don't give me what I want, a solemn apology. Okay, folks, I think that's pretty much my piece. I think we can now call this demo quits.